Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Errol the Truth Spence Jr. says Lamont Peterson got more heart than Kell Brook. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit that bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, Venmo, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, they just kicked off the press conference for Spence Peterson. It's coming up January 20th, 2018, Barclays Center, Brooklyn. Shout out to the BK, New York, and it'll be on Showtime. It's a good, very good first title defense. See, I think sometimes people fail to put stuff into perspective. Errol Spence, his name has been buzzing for a while. He's gotten the praise from Freddie Roach and Floyd Mayweather, guys like that, Adrian Broner. He got those cosigns. So he's been on the radar for real boxing fans for some time. But if you really put it in perspective, this is his first title defense, right? Not bad at all, like in my opinion, because Lamont Peterson always comes to bring it. He has heart, and that's what I want to get into. Errol Spence at the press conference says, you're going to see the same Errol Spence that you're used to seeing. I can't look ahead because I know how dangerous Lamont Peterson is. I've been in training camps with him, and I know what he can do. I've seen too many fighters look down the road and get beat before they get into the big fights. I have to be 100% focused and hungry. I'm fully dedicated to this fight. Lamont can push me to even greater levels. I feel like he is a better fighter than Kell Brook and has even more heart than Kell Brook and can bring out the best in me. I think it's going to start out as a boxing match, but as we go on, it's going to be a dogfight. We both have big hearts. I've never known Lamont to turn down any fight. Not a lot of people wanted to fight me. So my thoughts is this, like I keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it until otherwise proven. I don't see what there is to not like about Errol Spence Jr. From what he's saying to his performances, if you care about, like, you know what I mean, just what people do outside of the ring, he seems pretty clean cut, family oriented, you know what I mean? So he's not getting into a bunch of trouble that I know of, you know what I mean, that's being publicized and stuff like that. So he's not like a drama queen. I just really like what he's bringing to the table. And like I said, until otherwise proven, I got to take him for his word. He says he wants to fight the best. He wants to unify. He has not showed me anything other than those statements. So he's been very consistent, similar to, like, let's say Deontay Wilder. Wilder keeps saying, I want to fight Joseph Parker. I want to fight Anthony Joshua. He has not really derived from those initial statements. He keeps putting the pressure out, keeps putting it out there every opportunity he gets. So I respect consistency. And Errol Spence is giving us that. As far as what he's saying, I never really thought about it. Now, I don't think he's dissing Kell Brook. I don't think he's saying Kell Brook has absolutely no heart, because Kell Brook has showed heart in his fights. You know what I mean? Even jumping up 2 divisions, that takes heart, because Golovkin, this was before the Daniel Jacobs or Canelo fight, and this was before Golovkin looked quote-unquote vulnerable in those fights, and Kell Brook was still willing to fight him for whatever reason, for the money, for whatever. He still did it. So I think Kell Brook has heart, but what he's saying, when I started thinking about it, he kind of has a point. Kell Brook, his best win was Sean Porter, which was like a split decision. And then he got stabbed and kind of fought a bunch of people who everyone knew he could beat. They were allegedly his mandatories, and he wasn't really fighting top level competition. However, you cannot say the same with Lamont Peterson. And I'm talking win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw, Lamont Peterson comes to fight. Fights with Danny Garcia. Some people gave Peterson no shot. Oh, Danny Garcia, you know how people do the triangle theories. Danny Garcia, he beat Lucas Matisse, and Lucas knocked out Lamont Peterson. So people had that kind of stigma in mind where, like, okay, if you couldn't beat Matisse and you got knocked out by him, and Danny Garcia beat him, then naturally Danny Garcia is probably going to beat you. That's right or wrong. That's how some people took it. And Lamont Peterson put Danny Garcia in a hellacious type of fight, and he arguably won it, depending on who you ask, right? He only has 3 losses, right? He's been in there with Thierry Jean, Lucas Matisse, Kendall Holt. Those are big punchers, right? Amir Khan, and he beat Amir Khan, even though you know, I mean, some people contest the 2-point deductions. He been in there with Victor Ortiz, got knocked down, fought to a draw, fought Tim Bradley, Leonardo Tyner. He's been in there with a lot of quality names, man. Felix Diaz before Terrence Crawford. Deary Jean before Terrence Crawford. He fought David Evanesian, who was undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. But he was definitely a high-ranking person. So Spence brings up a good point. If you don't do what Matisse did to him, then he's going to be a threat because he has heart. And he showed you that versus Victor Ortiz and fights like that. Amir Khan got knocked down and made it a dogfight. So I'm looking forward to this fight. I think this is kind of a sleeper fight because there's still things we probably don't know about Errol Spence Jr. And I know he probably doesn't prefer it, but in between each fight, he keeps having these dry spells, and we know why. People don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? So he's his last fight versus Kell Brook, 9-month layoff. By the time this fight happens, it'll be about 8 months since he last fought, I think, Kell Brook in May. You know what I mean? So he keeps having these little dry spells. But you could say the same thing for Lamont Peterson. I was at Peterson's last fight versus David Evanesian. It was on the Adrian Broner Granados card, and that was in February. So they're kind of evenly matched in terms of neither one of them has been most active or had multiple fights this year. So all in all, it's a sleeper fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely leaning towards Spence, but I'm not sleeping on Peterson because Peterson, I mean, look at his story. Him and his brother being homeless in DC and stuff. I'm sure he's been counted out of a lot of fights, and he made it tougher, including like I said, Danny Garcia fights like that. And he brings a ton of experience. I mean, if you really boil it down, Peterson has a better resume than Errol Spence. Now, that doesn't always determine who's going to win the fight because we know Spence is talented. But if you look name for name, Kendall Holt, Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia, right? Timothy Bradley Jr., right? Amir Khan. You look at all these people that Lamont Peterson has faced, he has a better resume. And you could, like I said, I'm not trying to get to the particulars. We know why some people aren't trying to fight Errol Spence Jr. So some of it's not his fault. I don't think Errol Spence's resume is like it is because he's not willing. So be clear on that. But I'm looking forward to this January 20th. Let me know if you agree with Errol Spence Jr. He believes Lamont Peterson sounds like is overall a tougher fight because Lamont Peterson has an intangible, which is heart, and you can't measure that. Kell Brook, you know what I mean? When the going got tough versus Spence, he kind of checked out. You know what I mean? He took a knee, and some of it might have been because he had flashbacks of the Golovkin fight. I don't know. But Peterson, again, unless you Matisse him, he keeps getting back up if he can, and he's gonna bring it. Another thing I like about this fight, the dynamic, is Spence looked at Peterson in the amateurs, and he was in training camps with Peterson. So they've sparred each other, so they know. You never know. Certain times you might remember what happened, and you might know little quirks and things. It's just like, even though Juan Manuel Marquez and Pacquiao, it's not like they were sparring together, but based on having 3 previous fights, that's the reason Marquez was able to pull off that knockout in the 4th fight, because he knew him. You know what I mean? He knew little feints and stutter steps and little the little stuff Pacquiao would do. So I'm looking forward to this. This is a sleeper fight. I'm probably going to try to go to this fight. It's that type of fight. I don't know about the undercard. They'll probably try to put the Charlo on there in an eliminator with Hugo Centeno Jr. That's just my speculation. But I'll keep you guys updated as the card fills out. Let me know your thoughts. But people got to keep in mind, this is a first title defense. You know what I mean? Some people take first title defenses, and it's against somebody a lot lesser than Lamont Peterson. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.